Would you please consider subscribing to my channel and giving my video a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a magical kingdom known as Eldoria. Eldoria was unlike any other place on Earth. It was a realm where fairies, talking animals, and enchanted forests existed. The kingdom was ruled by a kind and wise queen named Serafina, who was loved by all her subjects. She had a heart as pure as gold and always put the needs of her people above her own. Queen Serafina had a daughter named Lily, a curious and adventurous girl with a spirit as bright as the sun. Princess Lily was not like other princesses who spent their days in grand palaces or wearing fancy dresses. She preferred to explore the enchanted forests, talk to the animals, and learn the secrets of the magical world around her. Her best friends were two fairies, Sparkle and Glimmer, who accompanied her on all her adventures. One day, while exploring the deepest part of the enchanted forest, Lily and her fairy friends came across an ancient tree. This tree was unlike any other they had seen before. It was enormous, with roots that seemed to go on forever and branches that reached up to the sky. The tree glowed with a soft, golden light, and its leaves shimmered like diamonds in the sunlight. As they approached the tree, they noticed something unusual. Carved into the bark of the tree was a riddle. In the heart of the forest, where the old tree stands, there lies a secret, in your hands. Find the key to unlock the door, and you shall see what's hidden at the core. Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement. We have to solve this riddle, she exclaimed. Sparkle fluttered her wings and said, but where do we start, princess? Glimmer, who was always the more cautious of the two fairies, added, this tree is ancient and powerful. We must be careful. But Lily was determined. She knew that if they could solve the riddle, they would uncover a secret that had been hidden for centuries. And so, with her heart full of courage, she decided to find the key mentioned in the riddle. They began their search by exploring the area around the ancient tree. They looked under rocks, in hollow logs, and even in the roots of the tree, but they couldn't find anything that resembled a key. Just as they were about to give up, Sparkle noticed something unusual. Hidden behind a cluster of glowing mushrooms was a small, wooden box. Lily carefully picked up the box and opened it. Inside was a tiny, golden key. This must be it, she said, holding up the key for her friends to see. But where's the door? Glimmer asked, looking around. Lily thought for a moment, then remembered the riddle. In the heart of the forest, where the old tree stands. She looked back at the ancient tree. The door must be hidden somewhere in this tree. The three friends searched the tree from top to bottom, and finally, they found a small, almost invisible door hidden in the bark of the tree. The door was so well concealed that they would have never found it if they hadn't been looking for it. Lily inserted the key into the lock and turned it. The door creaked open, revealing a spiral staircase that led down into the roots of the tree. Are you ready? Lily asked her friends. Sparkle and Glimmer nodded, and together they descended the staircase. The staircase led them to a vast underground chamber filled with glowing crystals and ancient artifacts. In the center of the chamber was a large, stone pedestal, and on the pedestal lay a book bound in silver and gold. The book was old, but it glowed with a magical light. Lily approached the book and carefully opened it. Inside, the pages were filled with beautiful illustrations and stories about the history of Eldoria. The book told of how the kingdom was founded by the first queen, who was gifted with the power of light by the fairies. It also spoke of a great evil that once threatened the land, but was defeated by the queen and her fairy allies. But there was something more. As Lily turned the pages, she discovered that the book was also a guide to the magical creatures and plants of Eldoria. It contained spells for healing, potions for protection, and even a map of the enchanted forest with hidden paths and secret places marked. This is amazing, Lily exclaimed. This book contains all the knowledge of our kingdom. Sparkle and Glimmer were equally amazed. They knew that this book was incredibly valuable and could help protect Eldoria from any future threats. But as they continued to read, they discovered something even more surprising. The book mentioned a prophecy: when the kingdom faces its darkest hour, a brave heart will unlock the power of the ancients and save Eldoria from destruction. Lily's heart skipped a beat. Could she be the one mentioned in the prophecy? Before they could ponder the meaning of the prophecy any further, they heard a rumbling noise from above. The ground shook, and dust fell from the ceiling of the chamber. They realized that the tree, which had protected the book for so long, was beginning to collapse. "We have to get out of here," Glimmer cried. Lily quickly grabbed the book, and the three of them raced back up the spiral staircase. Just as they reached the surface, the ancient tree began to fall. They narrowly escaped as the tree crashed to the ground, sending a cloud of dust into the air. When the dust settled, Lily and her friends stood before the fallen tree, holding the precious book. The forest was silent, as if holding its breath. "That was close," Sparkle said, her voice trembling. "But we did it," Lily said, looking down at the book in her hands. "We found the secret, and now we can protect our kingdom." They returned to the palace, where Queen Serafina was waiting for them. When Lily showed her the book, the queen's eyes filled with tears of joy. "You have done something extraordinary, my dear," the queen said, embracing her daughter. "This book will help us keep Eldoria safe for generations to come." From that day on, Princess Lily studied the book with her mother and the fairies. She learned the ancient spells, explored the hidden paths of the forest, and made it her mission to protect the kingdom from any harm. Years passed, and Eldoria remained a place of peace and happiness. The prophecy came true, but not in the way they had expected. For it was not a single dark hour that threatened the kingdom, but many small challenges that required wisdom, courage, and kindness to overcome. And through it all, Princess Lily became known as the Guardian of Eldoria, a title she carried with pride. She grew into a wise and just ruler, much like her mother, and led the kingdom with a heart full of love and compassion. The people of Eldoria often spoke of the day when a brave princess discovered the ancient book and saved their land. And every night, as the stars twinkled above the enchanted forest, they would tell their children the story of Princess Lily, the fairies, and the magic of Eldoria. And so, the kingdom of Eldoria lived happily ever after, with the light of the fairies guiding them through the ages.